So Best Buy did it again. It's really a shame. It's a darn shame that I have to once again rant on you, Best Buy. I really didn't want to have to, but I have to talk about this. Now, I don't know how many of you guys remember this, but a few years ago, Best Buy actually stopped carrying CDs in their stores. Now, fast forward to now, I'm sure that a lot of you have heard the recent news, but it turns out that Best Buy will no longer be carrying Blu-rays and basically all physical formats of movies, all physical media of movies. When I first heard about this, I was really hoping that it was just a big joke. Because you know what? Best Buy is where I go to get new releases. Like when I see that there's a new release coming out and I want to go out and get it, that's where I would go. I would go to Best Buy. And most of the time they would have it. They would have it there on their shelves. Now where am I going to go? Now, yes, I know that Amazon is an option, which I know a lot of people have been saying, like, what are we going to do about new releases now? I get that Amazon is an option, but I do have some concerns on that personally. From more recent experience with Amazon, like whenever I get, a package in the mail, like sometimes the disc isn't even connected with the spin wheel. It's just flying around in the case. I mean, it's still in the case, but, it's not, stable. And sometimes I've gotten Blu-ray cases where like the cases were like bent, which is something that really disappoints me too. So sometimes Amazon doesn't take care of their packages, and I know I'm not alone on this. I know that other people have had issues with that as well. And also, this also ruins the fun of picking up a new release on release day. So way to eliminate that thrill. This is really disappointing. I mean, I know that Target did this as well. I really don't care about Target anymore because Target is woke. I mean, I think we all can see that in more recent time especially. So when I heard that Target was getting rid of their physical media, it didn't really bother me too much because I was just like, I'll stick with Best Buy. I'll stick with Best Buy, whatever. I really don't care. And I think Target's new release section like ended up being an end cap, and then they switched them around, and now they just have them all stacked together. Either way, this is really disappointing news. Like I said, Best Buy is where I go to go get the new releases. Like if there's a new Blu-ray release, a steelbook that I want to get, I'll go to Best Buy. And that is the place to get steelbooks. So what are they going to do with the steelbook situation? Like how 4Ks and Blu-rays come in steelbooks. What's the situation with that going to look like now? That's something that I am wondering. I'm not going to lie. Like, are they just going to carry that on websites? This is just, it's unbelievable. It really is unbelievable. I mean, obviously, yes, there are other ways to collect physical media. Yes, like I said, you can use Amazon, even though it does have, its pros and cons, you could say. I'll just say that about Amazon. And there are other stores as well. Like, yes, you could say Walmart, but the last time that I was at Walmart, they didn't really have that big of a selection, at least the one that's near me. I don't know what the Walmart situation is for some of you guys. And I know Barnes & Noble is kind of an option as well. I think if we're talking like in store, like I would say Barnes & Noble is one of the last ones left, one of the only options left to get newer releases, you could say. You could say the same for FYE, but I know that a lot of FYEs are shut down, and sometimes their selection can be hit or miss. So I just think when it comes to new releases, you kind of got to get them off of Amazon or somewhere online, maybe off of some website. That is always an option, so I will say that about online. Like, that is always an option. Like, you don't just have to look on Amazon. There's, of course, other websites that you can look on. And according to what I read, apparently Best Buy plans on, not selling movies through their store, like when you walk into their store, like they just won't have them there, and not online either. So you can't even get their stuff online either anymore, apparently. And this will all start in 2024. Like, obviously, right now, if you go into Best Buy, they'll still have physical media, but, it looks like the time is limited. It looks like the time is limited. This is really disappointing. And what does this mean for physical media? And this is a question that I know that a lot of people have regarding this whole situation. What does this mean for physical media? Is this really the end for physical media? Is physical media finally going to die? I would say no, and I think a lot of people would say that as well. I don't think it's going to die just because, there's places like Target or Best Buy that are not carrying them anymore. That doesn't mean anything, all right? That doesn't mean anything. I don't know what the situation is with Best Buy, but it is a letdown nonetheless. Obviously, like I said, there's still stores like Barnes & Noble and FYE that still carry Blu-rays and stuff. FYE, I would imagine they'll always carry Blu-rays and DVDs and stuff because that's pretty much what they do. Like, they sell entertainment stuff, so they kind of have to always. Barnes & Noble, I can see them maybe moving away from that a little bit. I guess we'll have to see what the future holds. I know that Barnes & Noble has like a Criterion section, which is kind of interesting too. So we'll have to see what the future holds for them. Walmart, I wouldn't be surprised if Walmart falls under the same category as Target and Best Buy. And I know that a lot of people, they say, oh, well, why have a disc? Why worry about physical media? The future is digital. We don't give a crap. We're collectors. We don't give a rat's you-know-what if the future is digital. We don't care because we're collectors. We like having these things up on our shelves. We like looking at the actual thing. We actually like holding the physical media, in our hands and just looking at it and everything, That's what collectors do, and I'm a collector. So this is something that does affect me. So you idiots out there that say, oh, the future is digital, you guys just don't get it. You don't get it, okay? Just accept that. Well, why own the disc when you can watch it online? Okay, well, what if they take it off online? Then what? I know that others have made this argument as well, so there you go. But we can go around in circles with this. This really does affect us collectors. Even if you're not a collector, just understand that. Understand that, this is something that does affect us, and we still do care about physical media. We still collect Blu-ray. We still collect DVD, I collect a bunch of things. Everything I collect, is physical. It doesn't matter what it is. It's movies, music, everything is physical for me. So there you go. But this is disappointing news regarding Best Buy. It is a shame that they're not going to carry physical media. I don't know what the situation is going to be with video games because I know they sell video games too, but with movies, it looks like they're going to stop carrying them, which is really unfortunate. But like I said, there are other options, and there's also, like smaller businesses. You guys know that I do talk about the exchange a lot on this channel and how I always buy from them. There's stores like that too, and I think occasionally they'll have new releases, like stores like that. Like I've definitely seen like newer movies, in exchange stores, because they do have like a new release section, but there's no guarantee that they'll have these things on release date, But, from my experience, they do have a good selection of Blu-rays, movies that have been around for a while that, they just sell used. So, if you're just looking for Blu-rays in general, like not necessarily new releases, stores like that, like used video stores and used record shops, things like that are a good option as well. So There are other options, of course, but regarding Best Buy, this is just really disappointing. But anyhow, let me know what you think. Are you also disappointed regarding this news on Best Buy? Feel free to let me know. So with that said, thanks for watching. Have a good one.